I think this is more just combinations in the way Gui Santos has played, and honestly, the return of Jimmy Butler. I think that's, you aren't going to play Kuminga over Jimmy. So I think in terms of his role and what he's doing, there's going to be nights for JK for sure where he has more of an expanded role. There's going to be some bench nights for him, and there's going to be some starting nights for him.
You're right. That is understandable. What's not is this emergence from Pat Spencer.
Baby.
Wow. Come on, man. What? Give us a sense of, the organization's level of surprise or just what you see over these last 4 games.
Well, here's the thing. It's not just the last 4 games. I mean, Pat Spencer, best lacrosse player in the country. Then he plays 1 year of college basketball. Then he ends up in the Warriors, G League program, and this is year 4 now, and he's just gotten better and better and better. And this offseason, what did Pat work on? He was not a great shooter, per se, okay? Was not a threat from the three-point line, didn't have a great jump shot, was more of an energy guy, Tasmanian Devil, always a good passer because of the lacrosse stuff. So he spent all summer working on shooting the basketball. And he's improved, like Gui Santos has improved, like Trace Jackson-Davis has improved, like Quentin Post has improved immeasurably on the defensive end. It's like that's what young players do, or younger in the, Pat's age is older, but young in the sport. And so I just give him a ton of credit. And so the ball movement, the energy level, the fitness, the shooting, and just the bravado of being an elite athlete, this is not, it's a wonderful, kind of development, but it's not like that all of a sudden magically showed up and is playing real basketball. I mean, he's an excellent player, and he's one of the better players on the Warriors right now.
And I hope that will portend to him continuing to play. But, Fitz, I wonder about when Steph is back and, Draymond's able to go. Like, where do these minutes come from? Who's going to miss out on the minutes that Pat's been enjoying?
I think we could always play the whack-a-mole on the minutes thing, Dibs, in terms of they have a ton of good players. And so having them all healthy at the same time, what a pleasant problem that would be. But that isn't the NBA way sometimes. We're seeing that with Steph missing 9 of the Warriors' first 25 games. So with Jimmy Butler and Steph and Draymond and Al Horford and then the various bumps and bruises and injuries, that'll all sort itself out. But I think you got DeAnthony Melton back. That's a great development. You have Pat playing well. That's a great development. You have Podziemski, who's been excellent now the last several games. That's a great development. So, give Steve the problem of, hey, there's so many good players that are playing well. That means whoever you put in is getting it done, which I think is what the Warriors have been waiting for a couple weeks.
Bob, the other side to it, obviously, I'd like to make a distinction between how the Warriors handled Jonathan Kuminga's situation at the end of last year versus what happened, because last year it was this isn't quite gelling perfectly, and we've arrived at really high leveraged games, so we don't have time to keep working on this, and they put Jonathan on the bench. Look, it's a Sunday in December on a back-to-back with star players missing, so this one hit a little bit differently for some people. Where do you think this situation is going?
Well, he started the game the day before, so he's in the starting lineup. I think this is more just combinations in the way Gui Santos has played, and honestly, the return of Jimmy Butler. I think that's, you aren't going to play Kuminga over Jimmy. So I think in terms of his role and what he's doing, that there's going to be nights for JK for sure where he has more of an expanded role. There's going to be some bench nights for him, and there's going to be some starting nights for him. So I don't think that's going to be any different. But he also is clearly kind of working his way back from the knee issues because – you want him fully bouncy and healthy and energized like you saw the first several games of the season before he went out and missed those 8 games.
How big are those last 2 games, Bob, in terms of, not the team's confidence or the fans' confidence, but just in general about, going out there and winning without Steph and Draymond in back-to-back games on the road?
I think it's huge, Dibs. I think that, Kalena came up with something that we're going to have fun with. It's the Spirit Bar. The Spirit Bar of the team, when they had the loss in Philly, was at an all-time low because you should have won that game. And that would have been an incredible comeback from 24 down, building on the comeback from 22 down against OKC. and the first game of a road trip, and that could have been disaster. They could have come home 0-3, squander 3 games in the Eastern Conference, still playing without Steph, and been miserable. So then you turn it all around in Cleveland and just continue it in Chicago. The Spirit Bar is jacked up, getting ready for all these days off, and then a home game against Minnesota, and then, one day or to Portland, then a couple more days off before you see Phoenix twice. Like, the schedule's good. The team's healthy. They played good. They got 2 wins. You're back home. Like, the Spirit Bar is way up right now. So I think that those 2 wins can't really be overstated. I think they came at just the right time and just the right way.
Yeah, can you also put into words what these 4 days of no games in everybody's own beds, what this means to this team right now?
No. I don't think the average fan could even understand the kind of having played 15 road games already, having the 14 games and or 18 games in 31 days in 14 different cities. I mean, there's so many numbers I get confused. It's one of this was the biggest, end of the round against Marvin Hagler for the first couple months of the season, where you're just trying to stay upright and stay afloat while he's pummeling you. So they've made through it. I honestly think if you told me 9 games without Steph and games without Jimmy and games without Draymond, that you'd be 13-12, given what the gauntlet they've kind of run through, I actually feel pretty good. But it's just a matter of now, these are teams ahead of you. Minnesota is directly ahead of you. Phoenix is ahead of you. Portland has bothered you twice already this year. These next games are all kind of measuring stick games because you want to get these in wins. You want to win tiebreakers, and the goal has always been top 6, and the goal is still there, and I think very, very possible for this team.